Hi, and welcome to the Social Space, the show all about Wichita Falls, Texas, the whole wide world. I'm Eric Crossland, the host that's always here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I go by, Andrew.
Yeah, you
haven't
should.
missed one yet.
No.
Show number 89. To my left, filling in for the one and the only Jackie Hoegger, the one and the only Emily Shaver.
Yes, thanks
Emily.
for having me.
Yeah, thanks for having. Well, I think you were forced to do this.
I might have been
There was
forced.
a little bit of force.
I might have been forced.
Yeah, Jackie just said, Emily's me today.
Yep.
Sit right there, just looked right over Megan's head and said, you're in charge.
Megan.
I
That
did
is
notice
not true.
that because you're on the show today, everything was spelled correctly on the board
That's
today.
correct, yes.
I'm
I try to
glad you-
test you on names, but since I'm here, I figured I'd do it right.
Yeah, I see how you are.
Yeah.
Andrew Bell.
Yes.
So, is it not true that when Jackie's not here, he's in charge? Aren't you number 2?
No.
I think it's for sure.
That's what I was told when I was
no,
hired.
we're a team. And that's how we operate. So.
Jackie always said if she ever goes to see Jesus, heaven forbid, that you're in charge. That's what I was told.
Big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
All right, well, glad y'all are here. To my right, our first guest from Altman Legal, Beverly Sloan. Beverly, thank you for being here.
I was voluntold.
Yeah, you were voluntold as well. And you don't like being here. Does anyone want to be here? No, I'm just kidding. Beverly, real quick before we get to you, we have to thank our partners. That's News Channel 6. That's 10:35 Sunday afternoons. That's night. A little later if there's a sport. Sometimes if the Cowboys are playing, game goes long, it'll be a little later. You can hear us on NewsTalk 1290. They're part of Townsquare Media. 10 a.m. right there, NewsTalk 1290, audio version. And then impact signs at Falls Truck Center. Tanya and Sean Choate are our other partners on the back of those buses. I guess we've got to get Emily on there now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Beverly, tell us how long you've been a part of the Altman team and a little bit about yourself.
Since February of 1980.
Ah, she covered her mouth.
No.
You'll never know. I heard, 1980.
And I'm a board certified legal assistant.
Okay.
And I went to work for him when it was Wilson and Altman.
Okay.
And then he opened his own firm and trugging along ever since.
Ever since.
You know, Altman Legal is one of Jackie's first clients.
Yeah, I thought y'all were the first.
Or it might have
One
been
of
the first. Yeah. So,
Good friends.
yes, very good friends.
Are you? Did you grow up here, Beverly?
I did.
You did. And then where'd you go to school?
Old High.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Beverly, tell us about
It was the High.
It was the
Because it
I
was
like
the only
Beverly.
one.
The old
Other than Booker T.
Beverly, tell us about the partnership that Altman Legal has with Southern Hills and how that all came about.
I believe that originally Doris Altman got a card where someone had a drawing on it, and she said, hey, that's something really neat that we should start doing. And during this time, there was a lot of talk about getting rid of arts and music,
Yes.
and we were all very against that. So we started with 𝗚𝗏𝗄 in 1994.
Okay.
And we've done it every year except last year. We didn't do it last year.
Okay.
And then we have an assembly where we give out all the winners. We have an overall card, and then a first runner-up
Okay.
for that. And then we have first and second place of each grade.
That's awesome.
And the kids are always really excited, and they were very upset last year, but they weren't letting anybody in, and we weren't going out. And,
Sure.
you know, and it's just really, it's a fun thing, and we really look forward to doing it every year.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, we have
cool.
a
Yeah, that
bunch
is
of them
awesome.
I know.
on the table here. We're going to
Yeah.
put some on your screen here too for y'all to see.
So the judging process, is that the elementary or is that Altman Legal doing the judging?
The art teacher picks out the best of each one.
Okay.
The kids don't know that.
Well, we won't show it.
but then we spread them out all in our conference room and sometimes in 2 rooms. And it's extremely difficult.
Really?
And we mix them up so you don't know what grade it is. Brad Altman used to cheat because he'd look on the back.
That doesn't surprise me.
Pointers.
He always wanted a boy to win. And
That's funny. That is
but
funny.
we let him do it.
Yeah,
So.
but there's a winner in each grade, correct? And then
a first and a
there's an
second
overall.
place.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
that's really neat.
we give their drawing back to them. It's in a bag, and we
Yeah.
give them gift cards.
that's
and
neat.
candy canes, and they just act like, well, when are we going to get to do that again? Are we going to get to do that again? So
Oh.
when my guy had closed, and we went to Southern Hills.
So what year did you switch from 𝗚𝗍𝗄 to Southern Hills?
When my guy had closed.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know that was 2008.
that sounds right.
I'm not telling you how I know that. So, they did an amazing job this year. When can when can people see the Christmas cards actually come out?
We have assembly on Thursday
Okay.
at school.
Okay.
And they all come to we used to meet in the gym, but the last 2 times I think we've been in the cafeteria.
Okay.
And we start out with kindergarten and then move up. And they're just all so excited and just,
They love it.
just love
Oh, I
it.
bet
And
they
I want
love
to
it.
point out, you've got on the back of these cards and we have more back here, all the years. And is the
It is up front. Yep.
1994 one is right there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
The first one?
that was our
Amazing.
first one,
Yeah.
and that was not a hard decision. For some reason, that just
That's the one that stuck out.
it stuck out to everybody, and that's a second grader. And it's not always, a sixth grader that wins. And that I don't think we've ever had a first grader, but I know the second grader had. Of course,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we want the card that's going to represent us the best.
Yeah. and they're
I think
all
what's
so neat.
awesome, what's awesome is that you put the student inside and a little bit
Yeah.
about the student.
Yeah,
So it's
and
really
we
cool.
didn't do their pictures at first. Somebody said, well, why don't we put their picture in there? So we started doing that.
That's
And,
cool.
That is cool.
And Lance Sproul has always been very helpful with us. He designs the cards or finishes them up and does them all for them. And he shows up every year, so
Oh,
he's
fun.
always there with us.
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
I bet Andrew Bell over there as a kid would have loved to enter a contest like this.
Oh yeah.
Or now.
Yeah.
What do you win?
I actually think when I was little, I did a whole book. It was a cartoon book, and it won at Ben Franklin or whatever, and it got published, and yeah.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna tell you
That's
something right now.
awesome.
About every third show, I find out he won something, or he went to state in some sport. You're just an amazing guy, Andrew Bell. All my accomplishments were talked about first show. Emily, are you artsy? Do you draw?
No, I am not artsy. I like to look at art.
Okay.
But no, I can't draw stick figures.
𝗀𝗵𝗆 Pro.
Yeah, I'm a Canva pro, so if
Yeah,
anyone
yeah.
needs me, you just call me.
I don't think I could hold the candle to any of these kids on here. Well, Beverly, thank you so much for being here. Did we get everything
glad to do
out
it.
here we wanted to talk about today?
We have had ties before.
Oh,
where
really?
We give the same gift to both of them. Sometimes you just can't break a tie.
Oh, there's no
Sure.
tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. all
So
right,
do you
I'll
send out 2 cards that year?
Not for the final one,
Not
but
for the
for the
okay.
grades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's neat.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much for being here. And what a tie-in coming up next from Southern Hills, the school in question, Stacey Barton. She's going to be talking all about the contest here. Thanks for being
You see, when a person from our community gets injured in an accident, there's an insurance company based far away whose job is to minimize your losses in order to maximize their profits and executive bonuses. If you or someone you know in our community is injured in an accident, it's our job to help. And let's just say we take it seriously.
The Altman Legal Group has been based right here in our community for over 40 years. Fighting for folks injured in our community is all we do, and we are proud of what we do. And for us, it's serious.
Welcome back to the social space. Hey, it's the second segment. We just had Altman, just trying to catch him out on camera. Beverly was just here talking about the Christmas cards. She didn't trust us to keep them. You know, I wouldn't either.
No.
No. Andrew's still over there stepping in Voluntold from Jackie Hoegger is Emily Shaver. How you feel so far, Emily? I thought you did good
I feel
for a
okay.
second.
I feel okay.
You were
Yeah.
worried.
like you're
I think
doing
I'm
a-
warming up,
a-
you know.
Okay, good.
A
It's
great
hard,
job.
right?
A great job.
6 out of 10. And sitting to my right from Southern Hills, Stacey Barton. Thanks for being here, Stacey.
I'm happy to be here. I was not voluntold. I am happy to be here, ready to go.
Yes.
So,
All right. We're all happy to be here.
Yeah,
Hey,
of course.
Stacey, tell us about yourself and how long you've been an art teacher at
all right.
Southern Hills.
Well, I was raised and born and raised here. Went to Ryder. I feel like that needs to be said from
The Ryder.
Yes, it
Beverly.
does.
So the Ryder, actually. But I graduated there, and I actually went initially for graphic design at UNT. Ended up really liking the teaching aspect of it. Switched over to art education. Got my degree, and while I was getting my degree for art education through MSU, I worked at 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏 as their graphic designer. So I worked with some of these lovely people for,
Yes.
well, his wife and then her.
Some of these over here.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I kind of weaseled my way into the art teaching position at Southern Hills. So I started working there in the fall of 2016, and I've been there ever since. So this is my 6th year at Southern Hills as their art teacher.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're blessed to have you.
Hard work and perseverance you called weaseled in.
I really did. I literally, like, I didn't have my certifications posted yet. I hadn't even taken the test yet. And I knew HR would kick me back. So I went around them, went to the principal. I was like, hey, look at me, hi, give me a chance. And so I ended up long-term subbing until I could get all of those certifications posted. I got one chance to pass all of my things. I did, and here I am.
Hey, you don't always have
I
to
really
take
did weasel
the
my
path
way,
You're supposed
so.
to take. That's cool.
That's
Stacey,
awesome.
do you tell us about the partnership with Altman Legal and what it means to partner up with a company like that and how it makes the kids feel?
Well, the kids definitely love it. When I first got there, because I started in September, I was just keeping my head above water, trucking along with all of our art projects when kids started asking me about Christmas cards and Christmas card contests in October. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Like, I don't know what we're talking about. So no one ever says anything else. It rolls around to right before Thanksgiving break, and some kids keep asking me about Christmas card contests. So I go to my principal at the time, and I like pop my head in. I'm like, hey, do y'all know anything about some sort of Christmas card contest? And she just like, her face dropped, and she's like, oh my gosh, Altman Legal. The art teacher always took care of everything. We have to do that. We do it every single year. And so I had 1 week for all the kids in the entire school to make a Christmas card that first year that I took it over. And they really do look forward to it. So now it's, I started actually after Halloween. So like literally the week
my gosh.
after Halloween, there's Christmas music playing in my room.
Yes.
They're like, what's going on? It's not even Thanksgiving. But they start working on them because I have roughly 425 kids that come through my room in 4 days. And I only get to see them once a week. So I want to have them have enough time to make their designs. So we start them pretty early, but they look forward to it every single year. I know Beverly had mentioned that we did not do it last year because of COVID restrictions, and the kids were very sad. We still made the cards because, we got to keep up that spirit, but they were very sad that they didn't get to do it last year. But it really does mean a lot to them. They look forward to contests like this, especially the group of kids that I have. They're just not from places of privilege, and so for them to have the opportunity to participate in competitions and contests like this, to get their artwork and show their skill set, it really means a lot to them.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So when y'all are creating the cards, do you kind of give them a vision, or is it just kind of a free-for-all and they get to do what they want, or?
Well, when I first started, I guess the previous art teacher used to have like a theme that she would stick with, and she'd have all the kids in the school do the same sort of theme. And I don't like control it. Like, I just want the kids to do what makes them happy and make what makes them happy. So for my littles, like kindergarten, sometimes first grade, I'll have them stick with like maybe a typed theme. But for anyone, second grade and up, I let them choose. I always tell them, as long as it is school appropriate, then you are good to go. It doesn't have to be Christmas related. It could be winter related. It could just be holiday themed. And I let them have that freedom of expression, because I do not like making kids do
That's
the same
awesome.
thing.
Yeah.
So.
I did superheroes for every contest ever. I would have Batman, Batman and the snowman and the Santa Claus suit. Okay, so we know there's a winner for every grade, right? But there's an overall winner. Summer, would you mind pulling up that overall winner for us on the board over here? We're allowed to show this, right?
Yes, this airs
because I can
on,
blur it out later.
The kids will find out before this airs, so
Okay.
they'll know.
Yes.
So before Sunday night at 10:35.
Nice.
Isn't
Yes.
that
So
beautiful?
there
Yes.
you go. Yeah.
That is cool.
Awesome.
So
And,
what grade was this?
yeah.
Do
This
you
is
know?
a fourth grader.
Fourth grader.
Yeah, she worked very, very, very hard
Are we allowed to say her
on
name?
this. So yeah, I mean, again, this is it's
It'll be-
Sarah Turner.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
fun.
yeah, she worked very hard. She's
Good job, Sarah.
Yeah, she's the type of kid that will sit down and like she used oil pastels for this. So these are our oil pastels.
I was going to ask you about that. Can you use different mediums to create?
I don't restrict how my kids
Okay.
create their art.
Yeah.
So as long as whatever their design is makes sense for their medium, like obviously if you have teeny tiny designs and
Yeah.
you're like, I want to use oil pastel, that would be a nightmare. That's going to ruin your art.
Yeah.
And sometimes, if they're insistent, it's okay. You can learn it that way. That's fine too. But I don't restrict it. I told the kids in the beginning, I mean, you can paint, you can watercolor, you can oil pastel, crayon, colored pencil. They'll ask me sometimes, they'll show me their design. I'll be like, what do you think I should use? I'm like, well, I think these are best, but it's ultimately your choice.
Has
So.
anybody done like a three-dimensional like pop-up thing yet?
Pop-up, no, but I did have some kids this year turning cars that were like chalked up and glued
Oh,
back
cool.
together, and I added them into the stack. They get to sort through all those, and I'm forever grateful that I do not have to make the decision because I just can't. Like I mean, I know you're seeing this one, but I mean 400 and something kids.
Oh,
like
I can't imagine.
I can't
Yeah.
make the decision for that.
Awesome. And I got a question for Andrew real quick from my whole overall graphic design. Did I do the shadow good? You always say light
Yes,
shadow.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, just
It's
making sure.
popping
I
off
wanted
It is
that wall.
chrome.
I
Did you do
wanted
that-
to do it good justice.
good range of depth there.
Did you do that
It's
on
got the drop
Canva?
shadow and everything over here.
No, I did this in After Effects, actually. That's weird. Because it's for a TV. It's not for print. Well, gosh, thank you so much, Stacey. Was there anything at all we missed talking about the contest you want to get out there?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
That's all.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm happy to be here.
We're going to be right back with Derik Schneider from Visiting Angels when we come back. Thanks for being here, Stacey.
Yeah, thank you.
Summer always seems like it'll last forever. Until it doesn't. Yeah, I guess it's that time of year again. Don't be caught off guard. Get ahead of the problem. Let James Lane make sure your unit's ready for 90 one day and 30 the next. Be ready for anything and everything with James Lane Air Conditioning and Plumbing. When you need us, we're there.
4 incredible radio stations. That's who we are. We are Townsquare Media, and we bring the best of radio to the North Texas area. Wake up early with NewsTalk 1290. That's us. How about Kelly Raspberry on 92.9 NIN? Yep, that's us. Bringing you the best of country with 102.3 The Bull. That's us. And rocking it all day long with 106.3 The Buzz. That's us. We are Townsquare Media, and we're proud to be a sponsor of the social space.
Hi, welcome back to the social space. We got Andrew over here. We got Emily over here. Killing it, Emily.
Woo, thank you.
Woo! We've had to edit out a lot of my mistakes.
You did give me a 6 out of 10. That was harsh.
No, you don't understand. That's the best you get.
Oh, it is. Okay.
It is,
I'll
yeah.
take it. Okay.
Yeah, that's the top. I'm still Eric Crossland, and over to my right, Derik Schneider, owner of Visiting Angels. Thanks for being here, Derik.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man.
Well, thanks for the claps.
Yeah. A little slight clap.
Like a golf clap. Appreciate it.
So, Derik, tell us a little bit about your background and why did you decide to open Visiting Angels?
Yeah. I grew up in San Angelo, Texas, and ended up playing soccer and coming here and playing, and then kind of met my wife, staying here in Wichita Falls, did some coffee and hotel stuff.
Came
and
here for college to play soccer?
That's right.
MSU?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
West Texas is my first year, and then transferred here.
Sweet.
And played, and then stopped playing soccer, got hurt, and was at Starbucks for a while, managed Starbucks, and did some other things. And so I can remember driving back home to San Angelo, and at the time my daughter was like 6 months old, and just kind of talking to my mom about the weekend, and and she was like, well, I got to take care of her dad, my grandpa, from like 7 to 3. And at the time he was on hospice. And it was just kind of this epiphany of going, I didn't know that hospice didn't do this sort of care. And so I was like, why can't my mom be grandma this weekend? You know? And so I started going, man, I want to do something different. Had this sort of like, I want to do something on my own, kind of whatever. And looked a lot of different places, but that stirred me, and I was like, there's probably a really big need. And Visiting Angels is a franchise, and so they helped a ton and sort of get things going and get things started, because it's a licensed sort of organization, and licensed in the state of Texas as well. And so that's kind of how I got it going.
Nice.
8 years ago, yeah.
So what kind of services do y'all offer with Visiting Angels?
Yeah, so we provide what's called activities of daily living, and it's all non-medical things. So this is going to be help around the home, run errands to doctor's appointments or to the grocery store. And then personal care too, so help with bathing and dressing, sometimes incontinence care. And then even whenever someone's on hospice and maybe they're even bedbound and family can't provide care 24/7, so we come in and help with companion care and be with them, keep them comfortable at those times.
That's
That's
awesome.
amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
If someone was unsure if their loved one needed help or any type of service, do you have some type of like consultation or planning session, or what does that look like?
Yeah, typically families will call our office, and I would a lot of times go out, sometimes it's over the phone, but most of the time I love going out, sitting on their couch, talking through them and what their needs are, what they think is happening, or questions that they may have. We take care of veterans, and so there's a lot of veterans options out there. And so we just kind of go through it. I walk through their home, kind of give them personal advice that I would do if this was my loved one. And that happens quite often.
Are they nurses that come in, or is it just a variety of?
Good question. So some are certified nursing assistants. I have a couple of retired nurses.
Okay.
But most of the caregivers or angels, they provide like the non-medical care, so they don't require a nursing certifications for our license. But a lot of them, they all have experience caregiving, and they all like have a heart for it and love it.
Yeah.
That's
Which
awesome.
seems like the most important thing.
Yeah, that's right.
So as our loved ones get older, what are the kind of signs we need to be looking for?
Yeah, so I certainly during the holidays, families coming and seeing their mom or dad, and even like traveling from Wichita Falls to wherever, they're gonna be looking at these things and go, oh my gosh, what in the world is happening? They see maybe a bruise or scratches on mom or dad's arms, or they look at their car and they're like, what's this scratch here, this dent here? Or they're looking in the refrigerator and they see some, expired things. I mean, like abnormal expired things, not just like your mustard is expired. I don't think that expires, but maybe it does.
I don't think it does either.
But like their milk or their bread, they see mold in there, and it's just like nothing's, or bills are being piled up. Things of that nature, just like little triggers, hygiene,
Things that they were always taking care of and on top of before.
That's right. It sounds weird, but it's, if kids that live in the same town, they typically see them on a regular basis. But then the kids that come and see them and don't see them as often, it's gonna be a little bit more shocking. So I would like pay attention to those, have those tough conversations now over the holidays, so it doesn't catch you in the at the very end of when something dramatic happens, like a big fall or something like that, and then you have to have care. Start that process now so they can prevent some of those big things that happen.
That makes sense. The kids that I don't have would have a tough time with me because my car's already dented up and there's already moldy bread in my. They just be like, Dad's business as usual. Once again, these kids don't exist that I know of. So,
that's okay.
I was trying to lighten the mood a little bit. It's such a great service you guys. It's such a great service you guys provide. I like that you guys call them angels, because it does seem like that's what they are. And what just a wonderful, wonderful service you guys provide. Where can people reach out if they want to get a hold of you, learn more?
So they can call our office 940-257-6265, and That is the best way to kind of contact us. We're on social media, but that's the best place to call us. You can find us on our website as well.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Is there any other service, anything information you want to get out there that people want to?
Is it just customizable? So say I just
good
had like
question.
maybe a mom or a grandmother,
Yep.
and it's like, hey, I just want you to come from 2 to 4, take them on their errands, and then bring them back.
Yeah, that's
Is
right.
that-
So we provide what's called Respite Care too, and so often, in fact, I know a family that's coming in town from Houston, and they just need care the couple days before Christmas.
Yeah.
And so
Okay.
she doesn't live here, but they're bringing her from Houston to be here, so we'll pop in for a couple days just to help then, and then we may never see her again.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe
Okay.
next year we'll pop in again.
Yeah.
So we just call that respite, or just kind of a break
Okay.
time for them.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah.
That's really handy.
So
Yeah.
no contract. Some people we provide care sometimes like every day, or sometimes it's once a month, or in that case, 2 days a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
great. You
That's
guys sounds
great.
great. You guys are flexible.
Yeah.
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 So what a great service we have here, and you said it's a franchise, so other cities have.
Yeah, it's all
cities
over
do.
all over the country.
Okay. Well, great. Awesome. Well, we sure do appreciate you being here,
Thanks for
Derik,
having
and
me.
tell us about this. What a great show today. Thank you, Emily, for.
Thank you for
I
having
don't know.
me.
I think she's gonna have to be a sub every now and then.
Yeah, she can take my seat
She
anytime.
will. Yeah, I saw you with that seat. But can you laugh like that?
I cannot. So
That's
you've
our
got
bread and
me.
butter, baby. All right.
That's all I bring to the table.
Love it.
As he lets out another. Thank you to all our guests, Stacey and Beverly and Derik, of course. And we'll see you guys next week. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks.